wind carried the scent of dust and danger across the savannah. The rains had ended months ago, and the once green plains of East Africa had turned to brittle gold. Herds of ancient gazelle, elephant ancestors, and horned giants called Iatragus moved toward the shrinking riverbeds. But they were not alone. Hidden in the tall grass, a small band of Sahelanthropus tchadensis, early humans standing barely 4 feet tall, watched the plains with cautious eyes. They were the dawn people, neither fully ape nor fully human, balanced on the edge of two worlds. Their leader, Koru, had scars down his arm from a leopard's claws, a reminder of what it meant to be weak in a land ruled by predators. But today, something greater than leopards moved in the wind. The lion lords, giant ancestors of modern lions, known to science as Panther fossilis, were expanding their reign. They were twice the size of the modern lion, their manes thick and dark, their roars echoing like thunder over the plains. They were not just hunters, they were kings. Every creature bowed to their dominion, or died. Koru's tribe had no choice but to pass near their hunting ground. The river they knew had dried, and thirst was now their greatest enemy. They could smell water to the north, where the air shimmered with heat, and the vultures circled lazily above. But that same area was where the lion lords gathered to hunt the herds. The march of the thirsty. As the sun rose, the dawn people moved in silence. Koru led the group, his mate Sira, the young male Tano, and 2 mothers carrying infants on their backs. They carried crude wooden clubs and sharp-edged stones, primitive tools, yet revolutionary for their time. Koru sniffed the wind. He could smell the musk of the lions, sharp and thick like old blood. His heartbeat quickened. He motioned for silence. In the distance, they saw movement. Massive shapes gliding through grass, golden and terrible. The lion lords were hunting. Koru and his tribe crouched low, hearts pounding. One lioness lunged into a herd of ancient antelope, scattering them in a storm of dust and fear. The male followed, his mane a dark crown in the sunlight. Within seconds, a kill was made. A young antelope fell, its cries swallowed by the roar of power. The dawn people froze. The smell of blood filled the air, and it awakened something deep in them. Not just fear, but hunger. They had survived for months on roots, insects, and the occasional small carcass. Now before them lay a feast, but it belonged to the lion lords. The blood decision. When night fell, the lions slept, their bellies swollen. Koru watched from the shadows, his yellow eyes reflecting the starlight. He looked at Sira, who clutched her hungry belly, and then at the cubs, their lips dry and cracked. Something ancient stirred in him, an idea no other creature dared, to steal from the kings. He picked up a sharp stone, gripping it until it cut his hand. Blood ran down his fingers, mixing with the dust. He smeared it on his chest as a sign to his tribe. His people looked at him, uncertain, afraid. Koru pointed toward the lion's kill. The decision was made. The night of fire eyes. They moved like ghosts. The moon was thin, barely lighting the savannah. Koru led the way, with Tano behind him, both clutching stones and clubs. The others waited by a fallen tree, trembling in the dark. The carcass lay not far from the lions. Steam still rose from it. The lion lords slept in a semicircle, their breath heavy, their claws dug into the dirt. Koru crept closer. Every heartbeat was a drum of death. He reached the kill, tore a piece of meat with his stone tool, and gestured for Tano to take more. They worked fast, slicing strips of flesh and stuffing them into woven leaf bundles. But the wind betrayed them. It shifted suddenly and carried their scent straight to the lions. One lioness raised her head, her golden eyes catching the faint moonlight. Her ears twitched. She growled low, like thunder rolling beneath the earth. Koru froze. Then chaos exploded. The chase of the lion lords. A roar shattered the night. Birds scattered from trees, and the ground seemed to shake beneath the charge of the lion lords. Koru screamed, a guttural, primal sound that told the others to run. Tano bolted toward the trees, clutching the stolen meat. Sira grabbed the infants and scrambled up a low branch. Koru turned, swinging his club as the lioness lunged. The blow connected with her jaw, buying him a breath of time. But the male was faster. He came from the side, his mane brushing Koru's face as claws ripped through the air. Koru fell, rolling through dust and darkness. He grabbed a burning stick from a dying bushfire nearby. The savannah's dry air had sparked a small flame earlier. The lion roared again, approaching. Koru raised a burning branch. Firelight danced in the lion's eyes, those mighty eyes that had never known fear. For the first time, the lion lord hesitated. Koru shouted, a sound that was both rage and defiance. He swung the fire toward the lion's face. The beast backed away, snarling. And then the impossible happened. The lion lord fled. The first victory. The dawn people regrouped at dawn, hiding among rocks near the dried riverbed. Their bodies trembled, but they were alive, and they carried the meat. Sarah tore into it first, giving small pieces to the children. The taste of blood and smoke filled their mouths, a new kind of power they had stolen from the kings of the plains and lived to tell it. Koru sat apart, watching the horizon glow with morning light. The lions were still out there, their roars echoing in the distance. But something inside him had changed. He had faced the greatest predator of their age and used something new, not just strength, but thought. The tribe looked to him now, not as a leader of instinct, but as one who could defy nature itself. The age of fear was ending. The age of the mind had begun. The legacy of the Lion Lords. Centuries later, the descendants of Koru would remember this night in their bones. Fire, courage, and the will to challenge the impossible, these would become the seeds of humanity. And somewhere on the African savannah, the roars of the Lion Lords faded with time, replaced by the rising song of a new species, one that walked tall, carried fire, and would one day rule the earth.